Morning, folks. Welcome to my humble homestead in the forest, and today I'm giving you a bit of a garden tour. That's one of my blackberry, it looks like a thicket. What's a thicket? A thicket is when you let things go wild and do their own thing. Soon, well, maybe in a month or so, they will have their fruit ready. The blackberries will be ready. Right now they're very tiny, as you can see. Nowhere near ready. The firewood is drying up nicely. Today, actually, the whole country, well, maybe where you live too, had a bit of a heat wave going through it, and actually maybe I should start from here. But because we're high up, and not so high, but up in the forest, air is always clear. Oh, look, a single raspberry there. Raspberries are getting ready to be harvested. Not yet, but soon. Blackcurrants also getting ready. Not yet. As black as that looks, there'll be beautiful little clusters. I will probably make a video of that for you. At the back there, you will see. If you said rhubarb, you're right. Oh, my brilliant. You know what this plant is? Come on. You've seen 2 videos on it. Come on. Closer, you say? Comfrey. Yeah, comfrey. Soon, you'll see bumblebees and hummingbirds going in there. Oh, this is what I was saying. There was a heat wave going through, even for us. But because it's cooler here, last night was only 10 degrees, 10 Celsius. One of my 3 strawberry beds, I try to pick them sometimes just before they ripen, otherwise the slugs will get to them, and I will come I'll make you a video on that too, and how I combat them. The garden, yeah, so that's the actual garden. On this side there are maybe 30 raised beds, ranging in size, mostly the same size, about 12 feet long, 3 feet wide, and at least a foot deep, high. I don't know how you want to see it. Garlic right there, that center. Well, let's get close to it. Let's get close to every bed. I've already done 2 beds, and I will do another one. Looking pretty good. I mean, the holes that you see are done by slugs. And, everything has to eat. Here's one. There is one culprit. What are you doing? Chomping on my stuff. But we have to share. We have to share. So that's that. I've done one on kale, and in the same kale bed, asparagus is here. Asparagus is always here. Kale gets moved around. But asparagus is pretty much done for the year. Here's a single one popping its head. Just to show you the reference in size. Ooh, that's pretty. Shimmering in the light. Maybe I'll take a picture or two of this to make a sort of a focus there. Make a sort of a slideshow for you of these guys. Yeah. And this is purslane. I will do a video on that too for you. It's the highest plant. No, it's the plant with the highest. I have to learn how to speak gooder English. The highest omega-3 content. Well, here you have. Come on. In the center, you will see nettle. I let anything that wants to go, mostly anywhere it wants to go, and those beautiful yellow flowers are buttercups. Yay! Not very tidy and organized here because I prefer more of a wild look, feel, than more of a OCD and organized look, if you will. So tomatoes, I may have made a video, but I think I have. It's the kind of thing that I have to check every second day because once it gets so tall, I don't want new shoots. I want the shoots to come out of the down below, lower branches, rather than it getting top heavy. I have made a video on this little lettuce bed, and like I always say, plant in succession. What that means is that if you look further up on your screen, you'll see new rows being planted. You don't want to have an oversupply of lettuce and then nothing for the rest of the summer. So you want to plant it in succession. And what that means is every 2 or 3 weeks you plant a new row so you never run out. This other bed is parsley, flat leaf, Italian. Oh, there's Woody. Hi, Woody. Sing for us. Sing for the folks from away. So this is good. I make sort of a. Oh, there's some dishes. There's one dish called cuckoo. There's no bird in it. It's a complete green frittata with lots of eggs. I can't make my dishes inside for you because I don't have enough great lighting inside, but this is good. I make them with parsley, however number of different parsleys, garlic, green onions if you have it, cilantro, and what else? Obviously salt for seasoning. Oh yeah, dill. Wow, dill is gorgeous. And then turmeric is always good. Cumin. Mix them all up. Fry them in your cast iron skillet. Hopefully you have a large one. Flip it over. And you're good to go. On this side, I have more kale. And you see, I wish I had the two of them side by side. You can see this is a kale with a glorious purple If I can somehow not be in the... Well, maybe a shade would help you see the purple. Would it? Purple veins going through it. And as it gets older, that the veining will get deeper. There's spinach in the background. I don't know if you can see it. Kind of bolting. If you don't want it to bolt, you have to pinch the top. And I have to get rid of it. Get rid of the top. There's Woody. I love my friend Woody. Oh, see that pink? Let me try to zoom for you. Oh, what a beautiful pink bordering on fuchsia. Behind me, you have the glorious sun. Let's not blind you. Cucumbers, cabbages. Thanks, Woody. Love Woody. Incidentally, folks, while we're here, if you were to pinch those yellow flowers, can you see too much sun? Let me see if I can cast the shade. Those yellow flowers that you see there, let me see if I can zoom. For your cucumbers, squash, whatever, they are edible, but if not right now, when they climb up this entire string, all these strings, and they get really bushy, this becomes a wall. You won't be able to see the forest behind it. Which means that all the plants that are in the bed behind it won't get any sun in the morning. So right now, if it's 8 in the morning, they won't get that. They'll just get the rest of the day's sun, which is fine. But usually, well, not usually. Last year, this bed was the last bed, so I wouldn't so much worry about the casting shade, because what's directly behind that bed that you're looking at, those green bushes are blackcurrants, and by that time they'll be ready to harvest. So it's not so much of an issue with the morning sun not being on them. And here, let's not blind you with the sun. Here we have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven garlic beds. If each bulb gives us 4 cloves, and if there are, say, minimum of 50, but I think it's more like 60 plants in each bed. How many beds did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 60, 420, and 420 times 4. If each one gives us 4 cloves, well, you do the math. Too early in the morning for me. That's our harvest. And this will be ready. And how you know when your garlic is ready to be harvested is, an elder once told me, when the leaves look sad. And right now the leaves do not look sad. All the leaves have to look like they're like that very bottom one there, that one there. When they pretty much all look like that, or at least half of them look like that, and that's when you're good to harvest. And you don't want to harvest too late, because then they'll start to burst and pop. And you don't want to harvest too early, because if you harvest too soon, then you wouldn't have used the optimum amount of time that they need for growing. So you see, there is a time, and the way to know it, and you don't have to harvest them all at the same time. I used to do that. You can harvest like as you go. You can see like, oh, one's ready today, and maybe 3 will be ready the next day, and just harvest like that. There's no, no one says you have to do them all at the same time. So there's the next bed right next to it. What am I seeing there? Is that a slug? I don't like it. I'm just gonna peel it off. That's gone. Oh, there's another one. Yeah. Sorry guys, don't really want to share my garlic. Oh, look at this beautiful thing I wanted to show you. Amongst all these from last year, an onion has made its way and snuck in. And look at this head. I'm going to let this go to seed. There's too much sun for you. Oh yeah, you can see it. Can I get closer? Isn't that gorgeous? Like a globe. And the fractal, those fractal minded ones of you folks, you would love this. And it goes around and around exactly like that. What an amazing thing. What an amazing thing. I should take a picture of that too for you. Okay, so now I gotta come back today and see how that tomato plant is getting way too tall. I don't want those extra extra 3 inches on top. And by pinching those, I will encourage the plant to say, okay guys, don't go up, go out. So then it'll get bushier, fatter rather than taller and skinnier. Well, down here I have calendula growing. I make my own salve, we make our own salve, and I have a video on that. It'll get twice that size. Oh, look at this, there's a snail growing there. Growing? I gotta pinch that guy off too. And I have some volunteer garlic here and there from a year ago when I pulled off, when I harvested the garlic beds. Sometimes one gets lodged in the somewhere and doesn't come out, and then it stays there without even me knowing. And then it comes out the next year, and that's what you call a volunteer. Here in this bed, we have parsley. The very parsley in front of me that looks like it's bolting, and if I bring it down, you'll see how much taller it is than the rest of them. Well, it's almost a foot taller than the rest of them. That's from last year. You can, I guess, call that a volunteer too. And if you look closely, you'll see how it's sort of flowering, and I'm okay with that. The preppers know this is how you do seed saving. You should always have a seed bed if you can, and we'll let that go to seed, harvest that, and that's our next year's seeds. So this is flat leaf parsley, Italian parsley, whatever. Good for tabula, whatever you want to call it. Close up of it for you. That's Woody's friend coming to you from the other side. So there's I have two woodpeckers. Now if you look at the size difference, you'll see that there are two different sizes. This one's only about 10 inches tall, and the other one's about 16 inches tall. If I set the camera down, you might be able to tell that difference. Can you see that? And so this is kind of what I mean about succession. You plant some later than others, so you always have some. And if you have more than you need, it's fine, because you can freeze. They freeze well. And folks, when you freeze your cilantro, some countries I hear they call them coriander. Okay, fine. But the thing is, I understood that coriander is when they go to seed, and the seeds are beautiful little round things, and I ground them and put them in my Indian korma dishes. So those I call coriander. The fresh leaf plant part I call cilantro. But anyway, I'm digressing. So when you go to freeze these, don't just get the tops. Don't just get the tops of them and freeze. The stem, almost all the way to the bottom, is also very flavorful. In fact, some people say, some chefs will probably tell you that they're even more flavorful down at the bottom of the stalk. So if you're going to freeze some, do that. If you're making paste, especially, because no one will even see that. But in korma, or dishes like that, they'll get disintegrated. You won't even know. But in flavor, if flavor is what you're after, and that's amazing. Why not? Why not use that? It's all good. Okay, let's move along. Onion bed, planted late, and if planted from the seed, which takes even longer. Onions you can plant from sets. Sets are when you plant an actual onion. It's a baby onion, like you can see here. When you plant them that size, well, they get bigger and bigger, like the one I showed you in the other bed, as opposed to when you plant them from the seed, and it takes forever to become that size, and it has to go from there to even taller. It's just our climate is cooler, like I was saying. While the rest of the country and the planet is on fire, we have a nice, cool climate here for the summertime. Not, I mean, we've had hot days too, but mostly cooler. So things that require a lot of heat and for a long time, like melons and peppers and, well, I guess onions, they don't do as well unless they're in a hoop, sort of a garden scenario. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Moving along to another tomato bed. Now this tomato bed, let me back up. So I don't know. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I've done a tomato video. We've planted but different varieties of tomatoes, because some are just for fun, like pear-shaped ones or clusters or the little cherry ones or whatever, and they're all good. Now, the reason why you might, so if I move the camera over, you see how they're casting a shadow on the next bed, which is carrots. You do have to, I would say, rotate your crops, in this case beds. So whatever bed you're planting your tomatoes in this year, don't plant them in the same beds next year. Same for whatever crop you have. So it just so happens that this year, this bed has become our carrot bed, and it's getting a lot of shade. Now, if you're ever going to do something like that, and if you have the space, it's best to give your lettuce beds or areas, whatever where you're planting your lettuce, shade, because they don't love a lot of direct heat. They probably prefer more shade. Okay, moving along. Wow, my dill. There it is. I love it. I love it. I love it. I don't know how many times I have to say I love it, but I just love it. All the way down to the stalk, you can eat it. It's good with potato dishes if you're making potato salad, if you're making, oh my God, I mean, potato soup with fish. We don't really consume much seafood, but with, most fish dishes, for those of you who do. That is a peppery, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, geez, what is that plant called? There's another bed there too. Oh, wow, I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, more parsley. We eat a lot of. See now, this cilantro is starting to seed or flower, which means seeding after that. So I have to come and harvest that. And tomorrow I'm making that dish that I told you about, cuckoo, the frittata. That's completely green frittata. And I'm going to harvest that fresh with the stalk and everything. And that's goes in there as one of the many ingredients that goes in it. Here we have different kinds of cucumber. growing. And my basil, which also doesn't like a lot of intense heat, but in sun maybe, but wouldn't mind heat. So this entire lattice work that you see will be covered. And if you pinch the flowers, not now, when they get taller, when you pinch these flowers, when they reach all the way up this lattice work, then you discourage the plant from going, let me back up so you can see, but discourage the plant from going higher and higher and higher and choking itself, rather than being lower where you can harvest it. Because if you let it go, it can maybe go 10 feet tall. This is, after all, Jack's beanstalk. And peas from the same family and vetch are the only two plants that, as far as I know, that can take nitrogen right out of the thin air and put it into the ground. Brilliant. Another garlic bed right here. Oh, sorry. Behind me is another tomato bed. Backing onto the forest. Probably not ideal for them because it's too shaded there. You can see how dark the forest is behind it. Doesn't let much light come through. But still, you do what you have to do. This is life. You see? Flowers. Each flower will become a tomato. Dwarf tomatoes. You don't have to ever pinch dwarf tomatoes. They'll never get tall. You can see I hope you can from where I'm standing, plants that are only about a foot tall and plants that are about 2 feet tall. That's when we were talking about succession. And right to the right of your screen, you'll see a comfrey plant. And that comfrey I have a video on. It has deep tap roots. It can go down 10 feet or more, and it can reach nutrients that most other plants cannot. And so they bring those nutrients up, in addition to the fact that their leaves are nitrogen fixing. One of the best. It's good to have everything, folks. It's good to have everything. And pretty much everything I have is free to my current and future friends. Why not? Good to share with your friends, if you have friends. I don't have many. It's fine. So this is another strawberry bed. This is a wider one. This one's 4 feet wide, folks. 4 feet wide. And if you can see, and I did this on purpose, strawberries come through the cracks, hang down, and it's easy picking. Some on the side too. Right here, some hanging from here too. Brilliant. Some of these ideas just come to me. I'm no genius. These darling flowers, so purple and velvety. It's like one of those royal purple velvets. Royal velvets? Royal purple, not velvet. Are they velvety? So delicate. I will take you to, well, while we're here, let me show you this really thick strawberry ground cover. I have wild strawberry ground cover. Folks, I encourage you, if you have space, you don't need to have lawns. If you're not playing soccer on that lawn or whatever, you don't need to have lawns. You can easily just have many kinds of ground cover. That's just one of my ground covers. Here I have sorrel ground cover. You don't have to be mowing your whole summer long I'll take you to another bed, two more beds on the side, and I will bid you adieu and get on with my day's chores. These are going to be all, oh, how do I get through now? These are going to be all black Kaisus, one of my favorite. Who doesn't like yellow? And the black pops. Sorry folks for stepping on you. So here's another bed on the west side of the property. Cabbages, another strawberry bed, and a single tomato plant that we had left over and didn't have a space for it. Not the best place to plant it. It's fairly dark. You can see the forest, and then the reason why you can see some light through the forest at the back, because that's the east side, and no, that's the north side, and it's getting some light from the east, but it's not going to be like that all day long. Anyway, that's all for now, folks. That concludes my quick, very quick tour of the garden. Hope you're able to have a garden of your own. If you don't, enjoy these. And if you're traveling or happen to be here, stop by, but don't drop in. Please do not drop in. Take good care.